Right, you guys know how far distances are between places in the Territory. Everywhere you drive is a long drive. You drove down here, how many kilometres? 1,500?
Yeah, 1,500 k's from Darwin to Alice Springs.
Wow. And I've travelled with my wife as a tourist in the Territory. I've also worked here in the Territory, and I know that distance is really important. And just about everything comes into this Territory on a truck.
Road trains, yes.
So fuel excise cuts will be enormously beneficial in reducing the cost of everything, correct?
Absolutely massive. The cost in freight coming up with a road train will be absolutely huge. Not only that, but we're looking at everyday Territorians, right? Every Territorian loves to go for a camp, or some go for a fish, some go for a hunt. You know, it's the way of life in the Territory. For instance, myself, I would go for a fish and we'd fill up a couple of jerry cans of fuel to keep the generators going. Now, that costs a lot of money. 26 cents off a litre on a trip like that is an extra carton of beer in my esky.
Right, so One Nation's policy to put more money back in your pocket is to halve the fuel excise. That's the fuel excise tax. Let's tell the truth, it's a tax. Halve the fuel excise. That would have made a difference if that had been in place for your 1,500. Actually, 3,000 kilometres round trip, right?
Yeah, 3,000, definitely. And just to reiterate what Charlie said, fuel affects everything from the delivery of building materials to your groceries. So if we reduce the excise, bring the price of fuel down, we can reduce the price of everyday consumables, helping Territorians, particularly the battlers, the ones doing it hard. We live in an expensive territory, expensive block of land here. People do rack up some big distances, so it's important to support them, the people who are supporting our regional communities, by giving them what they need, and that is instant cost of living relief.
And that's a really important point you just raised, because the tax, the fuel excise tax and the higher electricity costs are both highly regressive taxes on the poorer people. And so this gives enormous relief to poorer people. One Nation will be putting more money in your pockets.
Authorised Malcolm Roberts, Brisbane.